she like won her way into my heart with this
personality marketing magic.
Yeah. Hey, it's Bronwen, and I'm here with Brittany.
Hello.
And we are hiding from the storm.
Yes. We're getting rained on just a little bit.
Brittany is going to be speaking at the Tenacious CEO Entrepalooza. The first one to bring in, I'm going to tell you how amazing Brittany is.
Please do.
I would like her to tell the story of how she decided to be the personality marketing queen.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you why I wanted you to be there.
Okay. So, once upon a time, I started a company called Nerdy Girl Writers. And the vision for that company was going to be something of a hybrid, like not a hybrid, but something in between like an MLM and franchise. Where basically I had this vision. I was a blogger, I was a mom at home with young kids, and I thought, all these women out there, they're so intelligent, they're so talented, and they don't all want to sell products for a company, and they don't all want to sell to their friends. So I'm going to start this company that gives them the opportunity to sell blogging services, writing services to businesses, and I'm going to teach them how to do it. I'm going to bring them in, I'm going to give them the work. Some of them can do the writing work, some of them can do the selling, and they can have these little mini businesses. And in doing that, I learned how to advertise on every single platform you could possibly imagine, including weird ones like Reddit. And I mean, I advertised on Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitter, Reddit, Google search, Google display, YouTube, like every single place you could advertise. I learned how to advertise, and I got a lot of people in. Turns out I have kind of a knack for advertising, but people came in, and I couldn't get them to sell. And one day I was like, holy crap, I'm out of money. Nobody's selling anything but me. And we basically had to just like kind of blow it all up and start from scratch. And that was when I kind of symbolically put on the nerdy girl glasses, and I was like, it's not like we're nerdy girl writers, it's like I have to be nerdy girl, because I was by myself at that time. And everybody left. It was just really emotionally it was awful. It was awful. But as it turned out, so I had, 3 boys at home with me, and I was like, I may not be able to scale my sales force, but I can scale me. I can make a bunch of little videos. Coming from entertainment before, I was a playwright, composer, performer before I started getting into marketing, and so I knew how to do that. And so I started making videos, getting clients that way, online with social media, and just kind of taking what had worked for me to get clients offline, moving it online. And it was working to a certain extent, but what actually worked even more was that I had a lot of people coming my way who were like, how are you doing this? How are you getting clients online? I was like, oh, let me teach you. And as I was teaching them, I figured out how to do it, wrote a book about it, and here we are.
So I'm going to tell you this to follow that up. The way that I developed a relationship with Brittany, the way that Brittany developed a relationship with me before she even knew I existed. So I would see her, this ad came up over and over again, and at first I just ignored her. I mean, whatever, I don't like ads, it's a sponsored, so I ignore it.
Sure.
Right, such an attitude.
An attitude?
And then she would do this with her glasses, and I'm like, what?
I can't do that with these. These are real. These are legit. Oh no, I gotta wipe.
I like the finger ad. And I was like, I must watch that now. I wanted to get to know her. I was curious, so I clicked on it and I watched it, and then I didn't do anything with it because I'm like, okay, that's cool, because it had the attitude about the sponsored ads. By the way, don't have an attitude about sponsored ads. It's a bad idea, especially if you want to do it.
Especially if you want to make money from doing it. Yeah,
like,
that's a whole other.
Watch everybody's ads.
I know. Appreciate.
And learn from them and say like, ooh, I like that idea. Do that instead.
Yeah.
That's good. Eventually, I think after like 10 times of clicking on the same video, because I was like, that's cool. And then I had some other ones show up and it said, you're seeing this video because you clicked on some other video that I did. And I'm like, how are you doing this? That is so cool. I want to know how to get in front of people like that. And so she like won her way into my heart with this strategy.
With my personality marketing magic.
Yeah. Yeah, so it works. It worked on me. It's worked on like tons of people.
Much people's.
So good. So we're bringing her to the Tenacious CEO Entrepalooza, and here's the story about that. I teach weight loss. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I teach weight loss, and I teach it different because I wasn't willing to do a diet, and I wasn't willing to exercise hard. I wasn't willing to do anything hard. It had to be like, it was all in my head, I knew that it was a mindset thing, and I just was willing to do very simple things, and so I went and did them, and it was so easy once I got my head out of the way, and I didn't need to do anything hard. And so once I was showing results in my body, and I was putting pictures out, I didn't know I was starting this. I had no idea I was doing this. I was putting pictures out there, and people were like, how are you doing that? Because I was 8 sizes over this size when I started. That's a lot, right? People were noticing. So they're like, how are you doing that? And I'm like, I'm going to write a blog post. And then I went, oh, I can't really just sum it up like that. There was a lot of support involved. There was a lot of mindset stuff involved. And there were a lot of things that I thought to myself that required a lot of repetition and support. And really, what I really wanted to do was just teach people how to take it from their mind to their feelings so that it could turn into a physical thing. And when people started asking me how to do it, and I thought I could write a blog post, and that wasn't enough, I suddenly had a group of 30 people who I was supporting in a Facebook group and on the phone, and all of a sudden that turned into a business. So that's what happened. And then I started doing events, and I did like 9 events my first year, and it was so intense, and I didn't know what I was doing at all. But it doesn't matter. And I think that's what it comes down to with the personality marketing. And I'm having an epiphany.
You're watching it live.
You're watching epiphanies live. That's what you do when you watch my videos.
Yes.
That's the thing that's so powerful. It's all about, it doesn't matter if we know how. We just need to do it. Right? It's the same thing with the weight loss too. I'm going to teach you little simple things. It's like Moses holding up the staff. It's that easy. Just do it. You know, it's no big deal. But it's all in your head if you can believe it. The golden nugget of all golden nuggets that you would share if these guys can't come to the event, which by the way, come to the event. They couldn't come, and they just watched all the way to the end of this video. What's the golden nugget that you would share?
So the golden nugget that I would definitely share is the same one I would share. I don't care who I'm talking to, what the subject is, the answer is always the same. It's about becoming first. People buy from people who make them feel a certain way. And everybody says know, like, and trust, but you can know, like, and trust quite a few people. The person you end up buying from is the one who makes you feel certain that you can get whatever it is, whatever outcome you're buying the product or service to accomplish. And if they don't feel that you have that certainty, then they're most certainly not going to have that certainty in themselves. And so building that sense of certainty is, from a sales standpoint, the best thing you could possibly do. Building confidence in yourself, building confidence in your product or service. And I really would recommend that anybody who is struggling and having kind of results issues in their businesses, or not even sure like what their business is going to be, needs to do some serious soul searching. And there is no better place to do that than at a live event. I'm excited about Bronwen's event because I think that it's the perfect, events like these are the perfect setting for you to just get away from everything, take some time, get some space for your thoughts, and think through. And I'm certain that there's going to be plenty of opportunities at your event to really get clear on, what do I actually want? What do I believe in? How can I strengthen my belief in myself? Because when you do that, the results, they can't help but show up.
That is exactly what we're doing. It's like breakthrough immersion. 3 days.
3 days of breakthroughs. And it's funny, before we turned on the camera, we were just talking about how important it is just to put yourself out there. And yes, there's stuff in my book that there's kind of a method to the madness, but even if you don't understand the method just yet, if you don't know how to edit, if you don't know how to script, if those things will come. And so many people get so mired in the details of it has to be just right that they don't realize that really it's the same with sales. It's like, to a certain extent, it is a numbers game. You just have to keep churning it out. You just have to keep putting it out there, because you never know when that one video or that one call is going to change your trajectory and get you that momentum, and then it's going to be another yes and another yes. And online it's the same as offline. You gotta have the confidence and the self-image to let go of that need for constant perfection and just let it happen.
Yes, and one of the things that I've learned from Brittany, like I kept putting out ads, like I kept going, hey, look at this ad, and is it good? And I would put together this fancy thing, and I would spend like 3 days editing and 50 takes on the video and trying to get it so perfect, and it ended up like not even being like me. And so I'd show it to her, and she'd be like, where are you, Bronwen? And I'd be like, oh. But what I learned out of it was that this real life conversation is the thing, right?
Yes. You have to be okay with it not looking, I mean, honestly, like, sometimes now I will, like, mess up on purpose because people like you better when you mess up.
Yeah. And you script out your videos.
I don't anymore.
You don't anymore?
I don't. I used to.
Thank you for telling me that. Because I can't do it.
It's so much more natural when you don't. It's and actually that's now what I teach is, like, it's best, like, I think in the beginning it helps to script it because otherwise I think it's a confidence thing. The more you do it, the less you need to rely on the script. But best case scenario, you have a general feel for what you're going to say, and then you just say it naturally the way a human being would say
ramble.
it. No, I don't know that I don't know that I advocate rambling. I try to avoid it when I can, but
Totally
it's hard. I know. No, this is why I ramble like crazy in my life. This is why I prefer pre-recorded, because as a user, and this is another nugget for you, like, when you're trying to figure out what type of content to produce, think about what content you like to consume. You know what I mean? Like, if you like to get on live and just watch people yammering on and just chat with people, then do that. Like, me as a consumer, I'm like, get to the point. You know what I mean? And that's why I prefer to publish pre-recorded videos. I mean, it's easier. It's a lot easier to go live, but it's nice to be able to be more concise, and so editing helps you with that. There's a trade-off. I mean, so many people are looking for the right answer, but there's no right answer. It's like,
it's
which
your
one?
Style.
Yeah, which one are you gonna do? You know, like whatever. It's like with weight loss. It's like, what does Tony Robbins always say? He's
they
like,
all work.
Yeah, it's like you just need somebody to stand behind you and go, rah! You know, which, I mean, we could debate about that, but that's the point.
On your personality.
It's like Bronwen says. It's all up here. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, once you fix this, all the other stuff just fixes itself.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be hard.
It does not have to be hard. Same with marketing. We make it so much harder than it needs to be. It's just like, go do something.
Yep.
And it will get better.
And look, there's an airplane flying over us.
Imperfection for the win.
Imperfection for the win.
That's a helicopter. There's a
helicopter. Even louder.
Nearby.
So come to the event.
Yes.
Go ahead and click on the link.
Yes, click it. Clickety. I'm assuming it's down. Maybe it's up.
It is down. It might be up. It might be right
every
here.
Which way.
It depends on how you see this video.
Just click the whole screen and just be like bloop bloop bloop, and you'll find it. You'll get there.
Yes, and we will talk to you on September 27th.
See you there.
Bye.